Episode 791. The Joy Sheep and Wolf clans had been neck and neck in dungeon progress for a while now, both currently stuck at the Sky Tomb, so they'd long since seen each other as their most direct rivals. Today, with the help of the freelance knight Invincible Most Handsome, the Joy Sheep group had reached the final boss without a single casualty. He was certain this was a stunning achievement, so he wanted to share it with their longtime rivals. Who would have thought today would be a day for making history? For the first time since Shi Jiyang's team was founded, the team leader was the first to fall, and it just had to happen today. And wouldn't you know it, the moment he died and respawned, he landed smack in the middle of Wolf Fang's group. I just sent Wolfhead Garlic that message sharing the joy. Wonder if he's seen it yet. And then, with a clatter, he died right out of the dungeon and landed in front of them. Truth be told, Shi Jiyang wanted to log out and bolt right then and there, but he was still too worried about the dungeon situation. He gritted his teeth and held on, determined to see this dungeon run through to some kind of conclusion. Faced with Wolfhead Garlic's interrogation, Joy Sheep chose to lean fully into the cold shoulder. He let out a single snort, then sidestepped the question entirely and changed the subject.
What's this? Heading into the dungeon or coming out?
He was obviously rubbing salt in the wound. Today was the day the Sky Tomb reset. Every team pushing this dungeon would launch their next assault. Anyone gathered at the dungeon entrance at this hour had died their way out, not geared up to go in. Besides, the Wolf Pack had been Shi Jiyang's rival for years. He knew their style well enough.
Don't get too cocky. Now that your big leader's been hung out to dry, I'd say your guild's just about finished. A full raid with 0 casualties on the final boss.
Wolfhead Garlic repeated a few key words from Shi Jiyang's message, the one he'd sent to share his joy.
You guys have been camping here for a while too, haven't you? Besides me, have you seen anyone else from our group?
That was a practical truth. Whichever entrance you went in through, you'd respawn right outside it when you died. The Wolf Pack players had been here for a while now. Another full wipe in the Sky Tomb dungeon, and they were stuck here sulking and debriefing. Shi Jiyang sent a gloating message, and Wolfhead Garlic was about to curse him out when the guy dropped dead right in front of them. At first they were stunned. Once it clicked, they nearly popped their eyeballs from sheer satisfaction. When Shi Jiyang brought this up, Lang Tosuan really couldn't answer, because all they'd seen was Shi Jiyang dying and respawning. But almost the moment those words left his mouth, pop, 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 6 more members of the Joy Sheep team reported in, clean and quick. Wolfhead Garlic was overjoyed at the sight and immediately strode forward to greet them.
You're here!
The 6 had just died and respawned, still dazed and confused. When someone greeted them, they answered like idiots.
Here they comes.
Joy Sheep was once again reduced to tears. What was going on today? All the classic protagonist perks, every possible coincidence, just kept piling up on him. But when the real protagonists run into coincidences, it's fortune smiling on them. For him, no such luck. If he got isekai'd, he'd probably land right on a cannibal tribe's barbecue spit. The 6 of them nodded dumbly at Wolfhead Garlic, then turned to see their leader and quickly greeted him. Shi Jiyang, too preoccupied to bother with Wolfhead Garlic anymore, immediately asked,
How's it going?
What else? Dead.
Wolfhead Garlic answered first. Shi Jiyang took a deep breath and ignored him, but the 6 men all nodded in agreement.
It's dead.
Obviously.
Shi Jiyang said, clearly annoyed.
Of course I know you guys wiped. I'm asking how the boss fight is going. Is the situation stable or not?
If the situation was stable, how could you have died?
Wolfhead Garlic jumped in with the right answer again.
Someone who can't even beat the 9th boss, get lost.
Shi Jiyang barked. A week ago she couldn't have said that, but today she had every right to be confident. Wolfhead Garlic was left completely speechless. They were indeed stuck on the 9th boss, and this time their performance was even worse. They got wiped out before they even laid eyes on it.
Ha, like you're any better? You scrape by on the 9th boss once, and suddenly you're hot stuff. What happens when the final boss shows up? You're still gonna choke. I'm saying, this 9th boss is way harder than the final one. You guys cleared it without a single death, and then the final boss comes out and pounces on the raid leader right away? Hey, something feels off to me. Check the message you sent. Did you write something wrong? 9th? You sure it's not 8th, 7th, or 6th?
Wolfhead Garlic kept chattering away, and Happy Sheep was just about furious enough to die. But the problem was, the facts on the ground were seriously letting him down. There he was, strutting and boasting, tricked into coming out. Then he said it was just him, but bam bam bam, 6 more popped out. If he kept this up and the whole squad got wiped, his face would have nowhere left to hide. Shi Ji Yang treaded carefully, not daring to say another word. The wolf pack members had already moved on, but dying in the dungeon meant losing experience. Normally, they'd rush to make up for it by leveling. Now, though, they lingered to watch a rival's misfortune, forming neat squads for a proper spectacle. But now that there was a rival team's embarrassment to gawk at, they all stayed put, forming neat squad-sized clusters to watch the show. And sure enough, they didn't disappoint. Before long, a few more people from the Joy Sheep team came out. Wolfhead Garlic burst out laughing, and he wasn't done yet.
I'm just laughing, not saying a word.
Joy Sheep's face flickered with shifting colors. Ignoring him entirely, she turned to the newcomers and asked,
How's it going in there?
He could have just messaged someone still inside to ask, but worried that a message might distract them during the boss fight. So Shi Ji Yang asked these people who had spent a little more time inside than him instead.
If everyone can pull off what that guy's commanding, then we should be fine.
The newcomer thought his answer was pretty clever, but as soon as he said it, Shi Ji Yang and the 6 others all rolled their eyes. Shi Ji Yang and the others had it all wrong. They thought this new guy was mocking them, since it was pretty obvious they died because they didn't follow orders. What they didn't realize was that this time, the ones who died and respawned had truly fallen because they failed to follow Invincible Most Handsome's instructions to dodge the 3-grid requirement. They simply hadn't counted correctly, hadn't executed properly, and so they met their heroic end.